Get back to the crowd, you lot. Trying to bully your way through won't get you into Kirkwall any faster.
But you do intend to let us in.
We have enough poor of our own in the free marches. We don't need you refugees piling up here like a middens heap.
I heard someone call this fortress the Gallows. Is it a prison?
Used to be. Back in the Imperial days. They kept slaves here until the rebellion. Now the Templars run it, and use it to lock up their mages. Guess not much has changed.
Are mages imprisoned here?
Well, no more than anywhere else. It's a circle of magi now. Magic is to serve man, not rule him. And mages are better locked up where they don't hurt anyone.
Why aren't we being allowed into the city?
If it were up to me, I'd bar the gates and let you find somewhere else to beg. But it's not. Some of you lot might have legitimate business in the city. So Knight Commander Meredith wants us to sort you all out. Most of you are getting right back on your ships, though.
That's a Templar title. Why would a city guardsman answer to the Templars?
We don't answer to her, but she's the power in Kirkwall. Don't know what would happen if the Viscount went against something she wanted, but he's sure never taken that chance.
There must be someone in charge I can speak with.
Yes, always the same story. You want in, talk to Captain Ewald. I'm just here to keep you refuse from climbing the walls.
We'll starve!
Tell me, how did your family escape Lotharing? Almost everyone who hadn't fled.
My brother. If he wasn't with us, I don't think we'd be here.
But you seem quite...
Let us through, you flaming blighter. We're not staying in this pit.
Then get back on your ship and leave. Kirkwall has no more room for refugees.
The ship's already gone. We've paid good coin to get here.
You and half of Ferelden. There's nothing I can do. The city is full.
One of the guards said you were letting in people who have business in the city.
That's right. We've seen you let lots of people through.
Citizens and merchants that make it worth our while. I'll assume that you don't have any more coin than these gentlemen. We've been letting you Fereldans in for months. You're too late. There's no more room.
But we've got family here.
I've heard claims like that 1,000 times already, trust me. We'll find some ships to take you all back to Ferelden, eventually. Until then, you stay here.
Our uncle is Gamlen Amal. He knows we're coming. Surely someone could find him.
Gamlen? I know that name.
He's a nobleman here in the city. Our family has an estate.
A nobleman? The only Gamlen I know is a weasel who couldn't rub two coppers together. He comes back, I'll bring you to him. But I don't have time to...
What? You gonna let them through?
I didn't say anything about...
We've been here for 4 days. They just got here.
That's it. We're carving our way out of here. Men?
Unbelievable.
Captain, are you all right?
I am, no thanks to you. Where is everyone? Go find them. I want this kept under control. You have my thanks. Look, I can't get you into the city. It's not my decision. But I'll find your uncle and bring him here.
It's been 3 days. This waiting has to end.
I'm sure it won't be much longer. Gamlen must still be looking for us.
And if he's not,
Wait, I think someone's coming.
Leandra! Damn, girl, the years haven't been kind to you.
Gamlen.
Let me say up front, I wasn't expecting this. The Blight, your husband, dead. I'd figured you'd pretty much be Ferelden for life.
Oh, Gamlen. We came too late. My darling Bethany didn't make it, and dressed to guide her.
Oh, make her save me. Leandra, don't drop this on me here. I don't even know if I can help you get in.
I'm more concerned about Mother. Can you get her in at least?
No. We stay together.
I was hoping to grease some palms, but the Knight Commander's been cracking down. You're gonna need more grease.
But what about the estate? Surely Father left something when he died?
Right, about the estate. It's, gone. To settle a debt. I've been meaning to write you.
Then there's no hope.
Not quite. I know some people who might help. If you're not too delicate about the company you keep.
Mother said our family was wealthy. You really can't help us?
I am blighted helping. I've got 2 offers of work from people who've got the coin to open those gates.
I still can't believe you sold the estate. Gamlen, how could you?
Well, I didn't expect your blasted family to show up on my doorstep. I've got a nice place in Lowtown. You'll see, it'll all work out.
Do we need to stay in Kirkwall? Let's go to another city.
This was my home. I can't believe they won't let me come back.
Every city on the coast's been hip-deep in Ferelden since the Blight. You could try your luck further inland, I suppose, but it won't be easy.
We're not putting Mother through that. We came here. We're staying here.
We don't have any choice, do we? I need to get my family into Kirkwall.
I talked to my contacts, and I found some people who might be willing to pay your way into the city. The catch is, you and your brother will have to work off the debt. For a year.
A year?
It's the best I could do. Trust me when I say a bunch of refugees won't get a better option anywhere else.
So you're selling us into indentured servitude? That's your idea?
Think of it as having a job waiting for you in your new home.
I guess it's only a year, right?
I managed to convince my contacts to come to the gallows to meet you personally. Mirren heads up the mercenary company, the Red Iron. They're looking for recruits. Fenrir, I guess you might call her a smuggler. Either one of them can help you. All you need to do is find them in the courtyard and convince them you're worth the trouble.
What do you think about this, Carver?
What can I say? Better here than nowhere.
What kind of man is this Mirren?
He's a hired sword. What do you expect him to be like? I wouldn't bring him home for dinner or anything, but he's got a decent reputation. I wouldn't have asked him if I thought he'd cross you.
How dangerous is this smuggler's work?
Well, it won't be pretty working for her. She's a pretty small fish compared to some of the other thieves' guilds around here. But she's tough, she's fair, and she never deals in slaves or flesh.
Let's find them and see what they have to say.
Oh, Gamlen, I don't know about this.
It's a lot of coin, Leandra. Don't go expecting our name to carry the kind of weight it used to.
And what of me? I will not allow others to incur debts on my behalf.
Can't see that it makes a difference. You look like a lady who can pull her own weight.
Then you'll come with us.
I have no real option. Thank you.
Are you a Thenril?
He must be Gamlen's nephew. Interesting. I don't know what he told you about us, but he certainly told us a great deal about you.
How much exactly?
Enough to pique our interest, provided you can justify your uncle's confidence.
I'd like to know more about what we'd be doing for you.
I can be honest. We don't compete with the Thieves Guild, but we keep our fingers in a lot of pots. That said, we're not killers or slavers. Anything short of that, however, is fair game.
Do what you want, but this sounds fishy to me.
Begging and taking your pick never went hand in hand.
I hear getting us into the city isn't cheap.
If you're as good as your uncle claims, we're hoping you'll be worth it. After all, it's not every day we're offered an apostate's services.
I didn't realize Gamlen had told you that much.
The Templars in Kirkwall like to think they have all mages properly leashed, but when has that ever been true? We can keep them from taking notice while you're with us. Wouldn't be the first time.
How did you get to be one of my uncle's contacts?
Is that what he calls me? He owes us after that last big idea. If you turn out, though, we'll consider things even.
I'll find some other way into the city.
Suit yourself. I'll be around for a bit, if you change your mind.
I've already told you, I can't give you any more for them.
But that was everything we have. It's all we brought with us.
And I feel for you, Sirrah, but it's the best I can do.
If they just let us into the city, I could get 3 times that price.
Myron?
Your business is done.
But...
Now then, what can I do for you, Sirrah?
I didn't think there'd be any stores here in the fortress.
There are many merchants who come here right now who can't afford the bribes to enter the city. So the Templars suggested having someone set up shop, temporarily. And I am the lucky man.
You mean you paid your own bribes to be here?
If they allowed everyone to set up shop, this place would turn into a bazaar. Sadly, there's only so much I can do for those Fereldans. Poor sods.
I'm sure you're very broken up over it.
I meant you. Folks like yourself.
She didn't seem very happy with the deal you made.
What am I supposed to do? Buy every piece of furniture these people dragged with them?
You mean people like us?
Of course. My apologies. My point is that I'm running a business, not a charitable order. I'm sorry.
I imagine the profits help with the guilt.
I don't need anything.
As you wish, Sirrah.
Mirren?
Huh. So you're Hawke, the nephew. Your uncle talked up a storm about you. He better not be blowing more smoke out his arse.
I'd like to know more about you first.
Right. You're not a marcher like your uncle. The Red Iron is well known in these parts. We pick who we work for and keep our noses clean. But anyone screws with us, we mess them up. Makes sense.
Makes sense.
All I know is if we join the company, I'm going to start talking like that.
Getting us into the city will take a lot of coin.
Did I mention the Red Iron gets paid pretty well? Not to mention your uncle said you were a mage. We're willing to pay for that.
Does everyone know about us?
You're not in the circle yet? Then probably not. You stick with us. You'll be safe. For a year, at least.
My uncle doesn't seem the sort to hang out with mercenaries.
He doesn't. Gamlen cheated one of my men at a wallop match. You turn out, we'll call it even.
I'm ready to prove myself.
Noble bastard named Friedrich is here in the gallows. Gave us bad info. Almost killed my men. Now he's hiding out here, waiting for a ship. He sees us coming, he'll run for shore. But he doesn't know you. Go kill him and his men. We'll make sure no one asks why.
Have you checked the courtyard again?
He's still out there, but he's alone. And he's not making a move.
I don't trust this. What will we do when the ship comes? Wait, who are you? I demand to know what you're doing here.
I want to hear what you have to say before I decide anything.
Mirren sent them.
I'm not an idiot. I could have figured that out for myself. Look, you. I don't know what that pissant thug is paying you, but I'll double it. Just let us go.
I might change my mind if I knew how you wronged the Red Iron.
Ugh, those fools take everything so personally. So I told Lord Asherall they were coming. It was business. I was perfectly willing to give the Red Iron a share, or all of it. I could give it to you as well. Just let me go.
All we want is a way into Kirkwall.
What? I don't have that kind of coin. I'm having trouble leaving the damned city.
So the Red Iron sent refugees after us?
Ah, stinking dog lords. Kill them and send their bodies back to Mirren.
We've done as you asked.
Good. May the bloody vultures feast on his corpse and shit him into the ocean.
I'm telling you, I love this guy.
Welcome to the Red Iron. Tell your uncle I'm making the arrangements now.
Any luck?
Yes, they've agreed to help us.
I'll speak to Mirren and see when the bribes can be made. Wait here.
I guess we did it. We're here to stay, at least for a while.
The blight may still spread, but for now, we have a new home.
If only Bethany were here with us.
And Wesley.
Let's just see what happens. We have a long year ahead of us.
Thus began the champion's first year in Kirkwall. Word arrived from across the sea that the hero of Ferelden had defeated the Blight. But Lothering was destroyed. Kirkwall was the champion's home now. So he made his name, settling his debts with the mercenaries. It was a busy year in the city. That's when the Qunari landed. A great storm had caught their ship and left hundreds of warriors stranded in the city, waiting to return home. That's also when the trouble began with the mages. The Templars had become very powerful under Knight Commander Meredith. But, most importantly, that's when I first met the champion.
No. Atrocity's tits, human. You know how many people want to hire onto this expedition?
Look, we know you're going into the deep roads. You'll need to hire the best, and we're...
No! You're too late. Already done.
The money from this trip could fix everything. You need us. We fought Darkspawn.
Look, Precious. I don't care if you tore the horns off an ogre with your bare hands.
You make him understand. We're running from your bloody Templars.
I know how you feel, but we'll earn no favors with your fist in his face.
Then we do nothing. As always.
My brother can be hot-headed, but we do have the skills to benefit your expedition.
You're looking for a quick way out of the slums, right? You and every other Ferelden in this dump. Find another meal ticket.
Well, back to waiting for someone to turn us in.
It'll get harder if we're at each other's throats.
I know. It just seems like you either die in this city or you end up like the scum we're bargaining with. We need coin, status, something we can shove in that dwarf's face and keep people off our backs. And all I can think of is Uncle Gamlen.
I wouldn't trust him with a silver, but dear Uncle's at least as sleazy as Batrand.
How's that for a compliment? What else can we do? We're losing ground, and I don't fancy waking up in the gallows.
Hey!
I knew a guy once who could take every coin out of your pockets just by smiling at you. But you don't have the style to work Hightown, let alone the Merchants Guild. You might want to find yourself a new line of work. Off you go. How do you do? Varric Tethras, at your service. I apologize for Batrand. He wouldn't know an opportunity if it hit him square in the jaw.
But you would?
I would. What my brother doesn't realize is that we need someone like you. He would never admit it either. He's too proud. I, however, am quite practical.
You're part of Batrand's venture?
That's right. The deep roads wouldn't normally be my thing, but I can't allow the head of our family to go down there alone. So as you might imagine, I have more than a passing interest in this expedition's success.
What makes you so certain we can help? You know nothing about us.
Oh, on the contrary. You've made quite the name for yourself over the last year. Serving with the Red Iron is no mean feat, yet you not only served, you impressed. The name Hawke is on many lips these days. Not bad for a Ferelden fresh off the boat.
You must have heard of my brother as well, then.
A little, yes. But it is you they speak most of, Monsieur.
That figures.
Your brother is certainly welcome to join us by all means, but I'll leave that in your hands.
Oh, I'm going. Without this expedition, we won't last out the year.
There must be some way to persuade your brother to hire us on.
We don't need another hireling. We need a partner. The truth is, Bartrand's been tearing his beard out trying to fund this on his own, but he can't do it. Invest in the expedition. 50 sovereigns and he can't refuse. Not with me there to vouch for you.
Your brother doesn't seem like the sort who's willing to split profits.
My brother is many things, but he is not stupid. Far better to share the profits than be trapped in a tide with 1,000 darkspawn between you and the exit. Trust me, he'll come around.
Why would you stick your neck out for a complete stranger?
I'd rather take a chance on someone with your reputation than head into the deep roads unprepared. And besides, we'd be your partners. I'm willing to give a little trust if you are.
It sounds interesting, but if I had any gold, I wouldn't need this job.
You need to think big. There's only a brief window after a blight when the deep roads won't be crawling with darkspawn. The treasure you find down there could set you and your family up for life.
Come on. The dwarf makes some sense. No offense. Look, you started this, and it's a good idea. Certainly better than ending up in the gallows.
We work together, you and I, and before you know it, you'll have all the capital you need. What do you say?
There might be nothing down there except darkspawn and rubble. How can you be sure we'll make a profit?
Well, Batrand isn't grasping at strings. He's operating on some good information. Some of the deep roads are so old, even the dwarves have forgotten them. We just need to get down there. Then Batrand will lead the way. You and I will be there to handle problems.
What makes you so certain you'll be useful to me?
I know everyone in this city worth knowing. I can help you find the jobs you need, and if you don't need me for that, there's always Bianca.
You named your crossbow.
And why not? She's a beauty. Isn't that right, sweetheart?
What's to stop you from taking my investment and running?
You'll be traveling with the expedition, and I'll be at your side. If I cross you, you'll be the first one to know, and I'll be the last.
You're asking me to take a lot on faith.
You're asking for a guarantee? I don't know that I can give you one. Look, I know the Templars have been asking questions. How terrible would it be to get out of the city for a while? If this works out, you'll be wealthy enough that the Order won't be able to touch you. You need the coin, and I need your help. We need each other. I can't make it sound better than that.
You have a deal.
Perfect. Kirkwall's crawling with work. You set aside some coin from every job, and you'll have the money in no time.
Sure. Easy. But maybe Aveline's got some bounties out. She joined the city guard, right?
We should talk privately when you get the chance. In the Hanged Man, maybe. I'll be there when I'm not with you. Now, let's go see what trouble we can stir up. Keep a hand on your coin, Hawke. There are more cut purses in Hightown than in the rest of the city combined.
Bodan Feddick, purveyor of goods both common and rare, at your service. And this is my son, Sandal, who is as brilliant an enchanter as you'll ever find. Say hello to the nice human, Sandal.
Hello.
We shall be accompanying your expedition and providing the needed supplies. It's all quite exciting, isn't it?
You aren't worried about venturing into such a dangerous place?
Not with such fine protection. But I digress. Do you wish to peruse my wares, or perhaps make use of Sandal's unique talents?
Enchantment?
Just so.
I thought all enchanters were mages.
Not at all. The fabled dwarven resistance to magic has allowed enchantment of crafts for countless ages. Granted, most dwarven smiths must work for many, many years to learn the skill, but my boy is a natural. A savant beyond compare.
I like enchantment.
He enjoys his work. What more could one ask?
You two don't seem the sort to hire onto this expedition.
My son and I have never played it safe. Never captured a tried and true rose. In fact, we have just returned from adventures while accompanying the hero of Ferelden, legendary Grey Warden and vanquisher of the Blight.
So you helped to defeat the Blight?
In our small way, perhaps. We did not fight at the Grey Warden's side, of course. The hero of Ferelden is a fine man. After all his accomplishments, may he find even greater success. But surely my past is hardly of interest to the likes of you.
Let's see what you have.
By all means, feel free to peruse my wares whenever you wish.
Baron, where did you get off to? And what are you planning?
Batrand, so suspicious. I have in fact brought us our future partner.
What? Partner? You stupid nug-humping dirt farmer. Why did you go promising something like that?
Because if we don't get this expedition moving, brother, then we won't have any profits to argue about, will we?
Maybe you have a point.
So we're partners?
That depends. You got the coin we need?
Are we talking a full share here, or what?
If you have the coin, sure. You'll get a full share.
That seems like a lot for an expedition.
We're going lower into the deep roads than anyone's ever dared. Who knows what we'll find down there? Well, that means food and equipment and hirelings. None of that comes bloody cheap.
I will get the coin, I promise.
And how about you tell me when that happens? Until then, you're not much of a partner.
Relax, Batrand. Have I ever let you down?
You don't want me to answer that.
Not here to sell today, guardsman. My shipment's late.
Well, good luck to you then.
When we're done in the deep roads, I'm buying everything.
Another Ferelden street rat? Are you here to waste my time, or do you actually have coin to spend?
Greet customers that way and you'll earn more beatings than coins.
Hey, I'm having a bad week. There are few Fereldens of means in Kirkwall. Forgive me.
Are you an armorer? A weaponsmith?
My stock is varied. What all my wares have in common, however, is quality. Only the best for my distinguished patrons. See for yourself.
You know, Junior, it's
Hawke, long time no see, my friend.
Worthy, when did you get back into town?
Oh, just a month or so ago. Things didn't work out in Orzammar. You still with the Red Iron? It was just a year you were with them, right?
I'm looking to become an explorer, of a sort.
I heard. Bartrand's hard to take, but his information is usually good.
Hard to take? That's putting it mildly.
I'll tell you what. I still have my old contacts. You need some rune crafting done, I can arrange it for you. Take care, Hawke. Don't get dead.
perfect day in Hightown. Just the way I like it.
I should move to Val Royal.
Have you seen a dog?
Sebastian! Stop this madness. The Chantry cannot condone revenge, Sebastian.
It is my right, my duty, to show these assassins there is nowhere in the Free Marches to hide.
This is murder.
No. What happened to my family was murder.
And Andraste did say, those who harm a house of the Maker have done harm unto the Maker himself.
You know, Junior, you're looking at this all wrong.
Whatever it is you're about to say, I'm not interested.
I'm a professional younger brother. Trust me, the center of attention's the worst place to be. When things go wrong, and they always do, that's where all the fingers point. Look at any kingdom in Thedas. You've got people who warm and people nobody sees who do the real work.
I'm sorry you had to witness that disgraceful scene by the Chanter's Board. I am Elthina, Grand Cleric of Kirkwall. Sebastian's normally a good lad, but he's had a terrible shock.
Sebastian? Was that his name?
Sebastian Vale. He was affirmed here nearly a decade ago. He had just been invested as a brother when we got the news about his family. I'm afraid he reacted rashly, denied his vows, and left the Chantry. If the Maker wills it, he will return to himself before it's too late.
So he's some kind of priest?
He is an initiate of the faith. As a man, he cannot serve as a mother would, but he has led the chant here many times. Before last week, I would have said he was the most faithful of our true believers.
He said someone murdered his family.
Sebastian is the youngest son of the ruling family of Starkhaven. They were overthrown recently, violently. Sebastian is the only surviving member.
He's royalty?
Prince Sebastian Vale, if he succeeds in his pledge to take back his lands. He made a vow to the Maker to put worldly concerns behind him. It is a sin to forswear himself for a mere title.
I think his family deserves to be avenged.
Sebastian would spend his coin to buy men's lives, the same as those who attacked his family. No matter how justified he feels, that is murder. And when he returns, I will tell him so again.
The first of the Maker's children watched across the veil.
Stay out of the shadows. There are 100 times more cut purses here than in Lowtown.
refugees were keeping to Lowdown.
Good luck getting in. I've been waiting all day.
Aveline.
Hello, Hawke.
Been a while, hasn't it?
What? Oh, right. Sorry. It feels like we just talked. I've been keeping an eye on you. Information is one of the few perks of this job. Watch out for Batrand. He's a son of a bitch.
You know I don't like it when you have people watch me.
Saved me camping on your doorstep. After what we went through to get here, well, you're no child, but I take care of my friends. The places they have me patrolling, I've got time.
Still having trouble? I thought you were past all that.
Lately, I don't know. I've been pushed out to some dead patrols. Maybe I stepped on someone's toes.
You can be forceful.
My charm, right? I should be able to go where I'm needed. In fact, I might have a job for you. Let me know if you want to do a favor for Kirkwall. Otherwise, I'm here if you need me. Maker knows I could use more satisfying work.
Seems like Kirkwall suits you.
It has been a challenge. Lots of opportunity, if you're the type the locals want.
Are you?
If you argue enough, you kind of convince yourself.
It's been a year settling in. Are you all right?
You don't need to coddle me. I am where I am. How close I hold my memories is my own business.
This must be a very different pace from serving King Cailan.
I love that life. But there's a new king for a new Ferelden. Seems cocksure, but I guess he was there when the Archdemon fell. Can't fault an active hand. It's just one more change, though. The real end for me was Ostagar. What about you, Carver? You were there. Do you feel something similar?
No.
All right, then. Bit of a tit, your brother.
The Blight is over. You could go back to Lothering.
That wasn't home for me. It was just where the Horde pressed us. It wasn't the first village I saw fall. But you don't get used to people losing everything.
I'd been away already. I don't know if I'd still call it home.
Sometimes the best thing about a place is that it's where you're from.
The Blight is over.
It wasn't the first village I saw fall. But you don't get used to
It's not how I wanted to say goodbye. I'll say that.
You can't go home again. That's supposed to be about maturity. It's not the same if you don't have the option.
All right, Aveline. You have something worth doing.
My patrols may be empty walks in the dark, but there's something big coming up, and I could use you. An ambush, probably for a caravan, although I can't find any shipments that match up. Doesn't matter, though. Highwaymen waiting for someone to rob. I'm putting a stop to it, my district or not.
You have a name, or anything else to go on?
Not important. If we show up and they attack, they're bad. Simple as that. I'll wager it's smugglers, though. Like I said, seems like an obvious trap for a caravan.
You've been nosing around outside your commission.
I have contacts, and they're complaining about a lack of meat. Thugs and such. Someone is hiring. And one or two were told to prepare for travelers. You want to be good at this job? You pay attention to what's missing, and when people arrange escape routes.
Seems like you'd want to share this with your fellow guards.
I will, if you sit on your hands. I'll send my alerts, and someone else will lead a patrol. But there's profit and influence to be had. You're my friend, so I'm offering.
I'm no guard, Aveline.
There's only so many of us. Temporary recruits are expected time to time, as long as they're competent. You still claim to be competent, right?
Aveline, you've got yourself a partner.
I knew I could count on you. They're hidden up Sundermount, remote and rough, but we can make good time with a shortcut this side. And no, you can't run off and do it without me. I trust you, but I have to be there. You're acting on behalf of the Guard.
Good luck getting in. I've been waiting all day. How much longer do I have to wait?
That corner looks dusty. How embarrassing.
Good day, Sir Hawke.
Did you approve my application? We were both soldiers. Why won't they take me?
I was an officer, and I follow orders.
No, you don't.
I also think of others before myself. You seem tired of that, and that's dangerous.
Just when it's not my choice. You told them not to take me, didn't you?
Yes.
Interesting place.
Let's not stay here for long.
Madame Lucine runs the place for Harlan. Or with him. Or on him. It's a coterie thing.
I've got your usual ready and waiting for you upstairs.
Many thanks, Madame Lucine.
Ferelden, are you? We are not a charitable organization, Sirrah. If you cannot pay, you will have to take your lonely self elsewhere. Is that clear? 2 sovereigns for premium service, 1 sovereign for standard service. 50 silver and someone may touch you. Briefly.
I'm not interested.
Of course you aren't. Poverty had nothing to do with your decision, I'm sure.
I don't care how much that man pays.
I won't mention this to your mother if you can even keep it until he pays.
Welcome to the Blooming Rose. Personally, I wouldn't say it's blooming precisely, but the name's not my choice.
The merchandise is up front. I'll get your order in a minute.
He didn't really ask you to wear feather boa.
All Asian, darling.
I don't like some of the people you've been associating with, Carver.
Talk to my brother. He's the one in charge.
Maybe, but I know you get around. This city's full of people who are dead set on ending badly.
Avert your eyes.
Ferelden in the Guard. What will they think of next?
You have a problem with that?
Me? My family.
My. If it isn't Hawke.
Good to see you again, Elegant.
Lady Elegant, if you don't mind. I'm a married woman now. Last time we met, you were still working for that brutish thug, Mirren. Things have been going well since then?
It isn't always easy, but things are going well enough.
That's wonderful to hear.
You may recall I supplied the Red Iron with potions. I'd be willing to extend you the same courtesy if you like. All I ask is you inform me of any interesting reagents you find. In exchange, I'll approach my contacts on your behalf. And of course you'll need the appropriate recipes, such as this one. Free, for old time's sake. You should meet my husband, Hawke. Perhaps an evening out sometime.
I have only the finest and divan merchandise.
That's a fact, is it? Think about it. Why would it start in Ferelden? A dirty backwater full of dogs and the occasional sheep. It took decades for the other blights to run their courses. This one? Less than 2 years, don't you see? It never happened. It was all a Ferelden.
Welcome to the Hanged Man.
What's the word on the street?
The craziest thing. Apparently, the pigeon population has taken a nosedive in Ferelden. Weirder. What kind of sick individual preys on those innocent things?
Thanks. I should go.
Anytime.
Hey, Nora.
So, here's the thing. We need to find a way into the deep roads. Batrand can lead us to the right place once we're down there, but we need a good entrance.
I've fought Darkspawn, but I've never been to the deep roads.
Fortunately, I've received some new information. There's a Grey Warden in the city. If anyone knows how to get down there, it'll be him.
Why would a Grey Warden know that?
The Wardens don't just fight Darkspawn. They forge into the deep roads all the time. And if he doesn't know, he might be able to point us to those who do.
Are there any other options?
None at the moment. Batrand had an entrance lined up, but it was a bust. I'll keep looking, but if we don't find something, we'll have a fancy expedition with nowhere to go.
We don't want trouble with the Grey Wardens, do we?
Let's look at our options first. I'd rather not fight a Warden unless we have to. Supposedly, this Grey Warden came in with some other Ferelden refugees not long ago. A Lowtown woman named Lorene has been helping the Fereldans. We talk to her. Maybe we learn where he is. I'll keep after my contacts, see if I can drum up any other work. You know that guy Marlowe at the bar downstairs? Don't make eye contact whatever you do.
The truth.
Varric, do you do anything?
Am I the next stop?
I'm surprised you still travel with this, Aveline.
Carver, don't.
You're ever so busy with the guardsmen. It must be a the slum with the refugees.
It's oddly comforting that you insult me like I'm family.
That was...
Hard to believe they left me nothing.
Well, Mother was pretty steamed when you ran off with your Ferelden apostate.
I'm still their daughter. their eldest.
My children have been in servitude for a year. They should be nobility.
If wishes were poppy, we'd all be dreaming.
Why was nothing set aside for us, Uncle?
Your mother was supposed to marry the Comte de Launcey, and instead she ran off with some Ferelden apostate. You don't get to stay the favorite when you do that.
Where is Father's will? If I could just see for myself.
It's not here, all right? It was read, it went in the vault. No one needed to look at it again.
I know the Amels were nobility, Mother, but not much else. Why don't you ever talk about them?
The Amels have been a noble family in Kirkwall since Garahel drove out the Fourth Blight. But we've always carried magic in our blood. It's been a stain on our lineage. No family of good standing would ever marry into a line with magic. When I chose your father, I was bringing more magic into our line, not less. I think that's what hurt my parents the most.
Did Grandfather mention Mother in his will at all?
Our father died when you were still in short pants, lad. You can hardly expect me to remember.
Oh, of course not. Why should you do something reasonable?
Please, Uncle. We have a right to see it for ourselves.
Maybe so. But you won't be seeing the bloody thing. It's still locked up on the estate, and that's long out of my hands.
What daft bastard leaves that behind?
It was old news. You think I've been sitting here for 25 years waiting for Leandra to slink back?
Who bought the estate, Gamlen? Perhaps I could speak to them. Was it the Reinhardts?
No one you know. Get used to Lowtown, sister. That's where we're going to stay.
Maker, what a mess. I want to make things better for Mother, but some of what Gamlen says, I'm having a hard time hating him. Playing caretaker for someone else's life. Stuck in their shadow. That's no way to live.
Something you need to say?
Look, if you want to join the fight over who lost the most, fine. But I never lived here. Mother even gave me her old key to try and stir something. But I didn't know Grandfather. Finding his will doesn't matter to me.
She tried her best to give us what we need. I think she's due the same.
Oh, I see her side. Gamlen's definitely an arse. But it's not like we can just ask slavers to give back that life.
What have you heard?
Uncle's a chatty drunk. He was up to his neck and signed everything over. That's who has the estate. Apparently, the most extensive wine cellar in Kirkwall is now a slave highway from the Undercity. That's the family legacy.
I think we need to pay them a visit and look for Mother's missing paperwork.
I'm sure they will be right neighborly about letting us poke around.
We'll give them the chance, sure.
All right, brother. If the key works, we'll clear the estate from the Undercity up. I don't know if this will help, but I do feel like hitting someone. I'm with you, brother. For now.
I always wanted to bring you children back to meet your grandparents. Now, I wish we had stayed in Ferelden.
The house won't clean itself, Uncle.
Get out of my face! Your mother's bad enough. I don't need you nagging me.
He wasn't like this in Lothering. I think he misses the open fields.
Come on, let's play Fetch the Invisible Ball.
He just needs to get out more, don't you, boy?
He's part of the family. I wouldn't want to lose him.
Take it. I'm sick of what's-his-name staring and panting.
Gamlen, honestly, a Mabari understands what you say. Try using his name.
What's wrong with dog? Real easy to remember.
I'll let you sleep. I think this is the same cheese that was here a year ago. Mother living in this hole. We've got to get out of here. Looks like the dog's trying to tunnel his way out of this hovel. Don't blame him.